What up, street gods? Another thought that I had. Don't change yourself. So everybody in society try and change you, right? They're like, you talk bad, you talk funny, you look stupid, whatever. And why is it that people trying to change us? So I have certain theories. So first and foremost, you know, everyone got like certain morality, religion, politics, blah blah, and everyone just wants you to turn into them. So I think Barbara Kruger had it best when she kind of made this like artwork of a dude pointing and be like, how dare you not be me? And to me the sentiment is very interesting because I think a lot of these teachers or moral teachers or philosophers, whatever, and you know, just everybody, they're trying to say this: if you are not me, then you're stupid and you are a morally reprehensible person and you're gonna go to hell. So I even like find this whole like notion of just like, you know, especially like in religions where we try to like save other people, kind of a weird or interesting one, because if you fail to save other people from going to hell, are you gonna go to hell? Like for example, if you met somebody and you didn't tell them about X, Y, and Z, would that cause you to go to hell? And kind of the sentiment is kind of interesting to me. So some ethical things. So first and foremost, I think generally speaking, it's good to not give people unsolicited advice unless they ask for it. And also, don't help others unless they specifically ask for your help. Because essentially in some ways when you give people unsolicited advice or whatever, you're saying that my opinion is morally superior to yours and therefore you're wrong and you should become more like me, which is kind of not a nice thing. But this, of course, there's like certain caveats. You know, if you're a blogger, a vlogger, a writer, individual, whatever, then in this sense, it's like, it's not you're giving people unsolicited advice, it's just more of like you're just sharing your ideas and your thoughts, and you just be like, yo, these are just my thoughts, they're not right or wrong. If you like them, cool. If you don't like them, that's totally cool too. So I think that's actually the hard thing, is that I think what we're trying to do actually is we're trying to influence people, we're trying to influence other people, but we shouldn't force them to do and think and act the way that we do. That's kind of nice, not nice. And also a lot of people try to use like kind of shame tactics, like, oh, you don't do X, Y, and Z, how dare you not do that? And then they essentially by using shame as a weapon, they try to force you to think and act and behave the way they do. But yo, use, don't change yourself for anybody. And this is a tricky thing too, is that like, you're already who you are. Why would you try to change yourself to be otherwise? And so there's essentially like nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the way you talk, the way you walk, whatever. And that's also a funny thing too, is that we have all these like speech therapists, or we got like, you know, people who teach you to write good, whatnot. And then I think ultimately we just kind of have to realize, ultimately these are all just kind of like suggestions. And like even me, I grew up in the Bay Area, I grew up in California, you know, it's just Korean American, and I talk a certain way, right? I talk like, I do the whole like Valley Girl, like, oh my god, like da 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 da, and it's just the way I talk. And when other people try to correct me by saying don't say that, or don't talk that way, or don't use the word like, then it just kind of fucks up my flow, and it kind of fucks up the way, the cadence to which I think. And you know, even people say, oh yeah, don't curse, cursing ain't good, da, da, da. Like, okay, this is the worst, right? Yo, once I was in Berkeley, I was like a Whole Foods, and I'm like talking to Cindy, and it's like, you know, fucking this, and then this dude, like, you know, so like indignant, is like, don't you realize children are here? We got fire trucks in the hood. All right. And this guy, don't you realize kids are here? Don't cuss in public, right? And I'm like, what kid? I'm just like looking around. And then I look down and it's like, this is like kid, right? And I'm like, yo, dude, if you don't like people cussing, don't fucking take your kids in public, right? So once again, like, I don't like that where people are trying to police each other's behavior to be a certain way. It's like, yo, you do your thing, let me do my thing. You know, like you're a kid hearing strangers cussing, whatever, just put earmuffs on him or just don't take him out of the house. So, but anyways, taking it back to your personality. So, you know, your personality, your race, your religion, your gender, your whatever it is, you know yourself best. Don't let others pretend to think that they know you better than you do. That's not cool. And it seems like your goal is actually not to change yourself, but to continue to augment yourself more, to become more you, to become less inhibited, to become less, to censor yourself less, to just kind of play around more, have fun, and become more childlike.